Hello and welcome to Irvington Community Elementary School. My name is Mrs. Dehner and I'm the principal here at ICES, and I'm excited to welcome you to the 2021-22 school year. As we get underway, I want to remind everyone that we are all in this year. We are excited to go back to 5 days a week, full-time for all of our students. Let's go ahead and get started with a review of our social distancing and masking policies for the first quarter. During the first quarter of the new school year, all of our non-vaccinated staff will be required to be masked. In addition, because our elementary grade students, including preschool through 6th grade, are not yet old enough to be vaccinated for COVID-19, those students will need to be masked when they are indoors at school. Of course, we will have masking breaks for eating and drinking, as well as when we go outside for recess. And we will maintain 3 feet social distancing throughout our school building. We're excited this year that we are able to provide almost all of our school supplies for our students again. This is through our EduKit program that we've been able to participate in for the last couple of years. The only thing that parents will need to purchase for your students will be a pair of headphones or earbuds. We recommend that you send those to school in a Ziploc bag with your student's name on them. They'll be kept safe and secure at school for use when your student is using technology. And your student should also bring a filled water bottle to school each day. Just a couple of reminders for attendance. If your student is experiencing illness of any kind, please make sure that you keep your student home and call the front office to report your absence. You'll be connected with our school nurse from Community Health who will advise on whether your student needs to be tested for COVID-19, needs to quarantine for any period of time, or if you need any sort of documentation before returning to school. If we have students who are quarantined, we do have the option for them to participate in e-learning this year. So please make sure that you connect with your teacher on that. That is only when students are quarantined, however. Regardless of what sort of illness your student is experiencing or whether or not they are quarantined, if your student has a fever, they must stay home and they may not return to school until they are fever-free without the assistance of medication for at least 24 hours. If you have a student who has multiple absences throughout the school year and ends up being absent more than 10 times, at that point, we will be requiring that you provide documentation for each additional absence. That is a requirement through the Indiana Department of Education because daily attendance at school is vitally important to your students' success. A couple of reminders about dress code. We wear a very basic dress code here at Irvington Community School. We wear red, white, or navy blue polo style tops. On Fridays, we get to dress down just a little bit and wear ICES spirit wear shirts. We have those available for just $5 at our front office as well. Pants, shorts, or skirts are khaki or navy blue. Jumpers and dresses are allowed. Students in 3rd through 5th grade, if their bottoms have belt loops, they are required to wear belts. All clothing must be of a proper fit and a proper length. And we do have PE every day for every student. So our students need to wear tennis shoes every day. If your student comes to school in a pair of shoes other than tennis shoes, please make sure that they have a change of shoes in their backpack and that they're able to easily change those shoes independently in preparation for PE. And please make sure that students wear shorts under their skirts, again, because we do have PE each day. A couple of reminders here in yellow. We do not allow makeup, fake nails, unnatural hair colors, wheelies, or distracting lights on shoes here at Irvington Community Elementary School. This is just to keep our students focused on learning instead of focused on what they're wearing. And please do not send any electronics to school with your students. We do not have a place for students to securely store their electronics, and they do not belong in our classrooms. We understand that some of our older students are of the age where they're starting to have cell phones. There's no need for them to bring those to school, however. Please make sure that you keep those at home. And just a reminder that all students are expected to have their shirts tucked in on a regular basis. We understand that our youngest students may struggle with this. Don't worry, we will help them learn how to tuck their shirt in, not to worry. And as is noted here, this is just for kindergarten to 5th grade students. Our preschool students are not required to be in dress code. We have some really important information, and some of this is new. So, even you returning families, this is important information for you. So, first of all, in the morning, YMCA Before Care opens in our gym at 6:30 a.m. That is on a sliding scale fee. So, you'll want to make sure that you visit indymca.org/youth development to sign up and register. It is a pay as you use service. So, you are only charged for the days that you use. Starting at 7:30, any student may enter the building and go to the gym to have breakfast. There is no charge at that time of day. From 7:30 to 7:45, all students will enter through what we call the K2 doors. Those are the doors down by the gym. They'll enter through those doors, go to the gym, and have breakfast. Breakfast is free of charge for all of our students this year. And then at 7:45, we start sending students to their classroom. At 7:45, we open both doors, the K2 door as well as the door in the 3-5 hallway, and students start transitioning to their classrooms. We are no longer serving breakfast after 7:45, and parents are encouraged to drop their children off at either of those doors. Please don't leave any gaps in the line because you prefer one door over another, and please go ahead and unload the first time that your car comes to a stop. We do have staff members in the hallway throughout the morning to make sure that all of our students can find their classroom with no trouble at all. At 8 o'clock, our kindergarten through fifth grade students are now tardy, and they must enter through the center doors and be signed in the office. This year, we're excited to launch our first ever preschool program, and their schedule is a little bit different. Parents, if you have a preschooler and you have a student in kindergarten through fifth grade, you can drop off your preschooler at the same time that you drop off your kindergarten through fifth grader. They can go ahead and go to the gym for breakfast if that's what they're doing with their older sibling, and they can go ahead and go to their classroom before 8:30. Their teacher will be there and ready to greet them. But for preschool students who don't have an older sibling in our building, your day begins at 8:30. So you'll want to drop off in that 8:15 to 8:30 range, and you'll be dropping off at the K2 doors. We'll have a staff member there to greet you and escort you to your classroom. A couple of important reminders when it comes to morning drop off. The most important safety thing that I can remind you of is to please only drop off on the curbside, on the passenger side. Cars are allowed to pass on the driver's side as we do have 2 lanes. So we want to make sure that your student is safe and only unloading on the curbside. If that means that you need to shuffle around some car seats or something, by all means, please go ahead and do that. We do have staff members who are outside at the curb from 7:30 to 8 o'clock to help your student unload as well. And as I already mentioned, from 7:45 to 8 o'clock, please drop off at any door. Please don't leave any gaps in the line. And please don't delay dropping off waiting for a specific door. This is new this year, so this is really important information, even for our returning families. So, 4 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, we have one dismissal schedule, and then everything occurs 1 hour earlier on Wednesdays. So, those 4 days a week at 2:30, we have a dismissal that is only for preschoolers. If you are not the parent of a preschool student, please do not enter our lot at 2:30. That is only for preschool students. Preschool parents, we will bring your student out to you at 2:30. I will talk in just a minute about our car tag system and how we'll know that you are here. Parents, if you have a preschooler and you have a kindergarten through fifth grader, you can wait until your kindergarten to fifth grader is being dismissed to pick up all of your students at once. You do not need to come through our line twice. So at 3 o'clock begins dismissal for the rest of our students, but this is really important, parents. At 3 o'clock, this is only for kindergarten to second graders and their younger preschool students. Third through fifth graders will not be dismissed at our 3 o'clock release. They are still in cultures and PE and in their classroom at that time. So parents, you may be a little frustrated if you have a third through fifth grader and you come into the lot at 3 o'clock because we will not be dismissing your student to you. And not only that, we will ask you to exit our lot, make a U-turn, and re-enter. And that has to do with the way that our dismissal system and our tag system works and when we'll be releasing students to you. So parents of third through fifth graders, please don't enter our lot until at least 3:10 p.m. So we will have another rotation of dismissal at 3:15. At 3:15, all grades may dismiss. This is preschoolers who have older siblings. This is kindergarten to second graders who have older siblings, and this is third through fifth graders as well. We anticipate that with our 3 o'clock and our 3:15 dismissal, we will still have some cars that need to trickle through for one more round. So if you don't quite make it in our lot at 3:15, don't worry. You'll be asked to park across the street and line up. And then as soon as we get that 3:15 dismissal out of our parking lot, we'll let you in. No cause for concern. As long as your student is either in aftercare or has been dismissed from our building by 3:45, you'll be in good shape. After 3:45, all students must be in aftercare or off campus, or there is a $1 per minute charge for late pickups. If you have students at our middle school or our high school, don't worry. Our dismissals are staggered so that you can make it from one building to the other without being late. So if you have a student who is in kindergarten through fifth grade and you also have a middle schooler, you're going to want to aim for that 3:15 dismissal so that you can get to the middle school by their dismissal time. On Wednesday, everything happens in exactly the same manner. It just happens 1 hour earlier. 1:30 for preschool, 2 o'clock for kindergarten to second graders, as well as their preschool younger siblings, and 2:15 for all grades, including preschool younger siblings. This is so that our staff can have time for professional development and team meetings once a week. So let me talk to you for just a moment about our CarWriter Pro dismissal system. We implemented this in the spring of the 2021 year, and it was phenomenal. We were so pleased to be able to implement this system and get our dismissal system running very smoothly. So the most important thing to tell you, though, is to be patient because it is a little bumpy in the first few weeks as new families get their tags and learn the routines and we get everything running smoothly. Trust me, in about 2 weeks, everything will be working like clockwork. Just be patient as we get there. So every family is assigned to a tag and it has an RFID reader on the back. And you will pass this poll as you enter our parking lot and it will read your tag. And there is a website that all of our teachers have pulled up on their board and it tells us who you are and where you are in line. So if you have tag number 279, then as you enter our lot, that tag is associated with your student. The system knows who your student is and what classroom they are in. So your student's name will pop up on the teacher's board and it will tell us right where your student is, right where you are in the parking lot. Please follow the directions of our staff members. They'll tell you where to line up in the parking lot. And then what's happening inside at that time is that students are lining up by group near that K2 door. And then when it's time for dismissal at 2:30, 3 o'clock, and 3:15, our staff members will bring your student out to you according to the order that you're placed in line. Please don't exit your car except to just stand right near it. Please don't congregate in common areas. Stay right near your car or inside your car, and we will bring your student to you. You don't need to enter the front office to sign your student out. So then we will dismiss by groups. So after all of group 1 loads into their cars, we'll dismiss and then load group 2 and so on and so forth. So a couple of important things to remember about the dismissal system. So again, be patient. It will all come together in those first few weeks. Make sure you follow the directions of our staff members. They'll direct you for where to go. Make sure you stay in or near your car. And again, we'll bring the student out to you at dismissal time. If you are outside for dismissal and your student doesn't come out at the right time, don't worry. We will still get your student to you. One of our staff members will direct you for a safe place where you can pull off to the side. We'll radio each other and we'll get your student brought out to you. It does take a little bit of time for the students to learn the rhythm and to know exactly where to line up and when to come outside. So don't worry. If you forget your tag, you left it in another car or something like that, if you at least know your tag number, that's very helpful to our staff members. We'll be walking around with an iPad and we'll be able to manually add your number. If you need extra tags, those are available at the front office for just $3, and we can link grandparents, aunts and uncles, etc., to your same tag. If you carpool with another family, you can also let us know at the front office and we can link 2 families together for carpooling. Because our parking lot dismissal system is so complex, we do ask that there are no office dismissals once our parking lot starts to fill up with families for dismissal time. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, that means that after 2 o'clock, we will not be allowing parents to enter the office and sign their students out for the day. Our parking lot is starting to fill up for that first preschool dismissal at that time. And then, of course, 1 hour earlier on Wednesdays. So if you have doctor's appointments or things like that, please make sure that you pick up before 2 o'clock or before 1 o'clock on Wednesdays. And again, all students must be off campus or enrolled in YMCA aftercare by 3:45 p.m. each day. And that YMCA aftercare is provided on a sliding scale fee as it's used. So please make sure to visit indymca.org/youth development to sign up. I want to really quickly review the times again, as these are really important. At 2:30, we have a dismissal that is only for preschool students, and this is for our preschool students who don't have older siblings in our school. At 3 o'clock, we will dismiss our kindergarten through second graders as well as their younger siblings in preschool. Third through fifth grade parents, please do not enter the lot for our 3 o'clock dismissal. We will ask you to exit the lot and re-enter at 3:15 so that our tag system can properly place your student in our line. At 3:15, all students may dismiss, including third through fifth graders and including those younger preschool siblings. And we anticipate another rotation that will take place at approximately 3:30 to get that last batch of students exited from our lot. And again, if you have students in our other buildings, don't worry. You'll want to make sure that you come at that 3:15 dismissal time or 3 o'clock if you only have kindergarten to second graders, and you'll make sure that you get to the middle school or high school on time. I appreciate you taking the time to join me today. Again, if you have any questions at any time, please contact me by email. I'm happy to answer your questions, and welcome to Irvington Community School.